Die Silmo d'Or werden 2018 im Musée des Arts Forains im Herzen von Paris verliehen. Hier befindet sich ein historisches Ringespielmuseum. Was wäre wohl ein besserer Platz, um Albert Fashion und Albert Technik gebührend zu honorieren?
Le vainqueur est Urban.
We have been nominated for this collection called Eyelet Active for active children. Okay, the idea of this collection was to have something very technical, so they could resist to the children's, games or whatever they do with the frame, to resist very hard with titanium temple that you can bend anywhere, any sides. Okay, very strong. You have a Teflon hinge, and inside the acetate hinge you have an insert of metal, so where all the tension of the frame is when you bend the temple, here it's very, very strong, so it wouldn't change, wouldn't move, it would stay in place on the children's face.
And the winner is Nadi.
The pieces I'm handling is a product from the McLaren Vision collection, and the one I'm handling specifically is a piece of technology. It's printed in 3D in pure titanium, 100% pure titanium, which is completely brand new on the market, with galvanization and PVD treatment. The advantage of this technology is very interesting because we can do sur mesure, 100% sur mesure product for anybody. How we do it? We take a scan, the scan which is available on phones right now or on the new iPad. We take a picture of the consumer. We have 35,000 dots, and the two software are talking together, so the software of the scan and the software of the designer, to make a product specifically adapted to the consumer. So we can change everything: size, depth, bending, the nose, everything. Even the coloration is an option, because if you want a specific coloration, specific color, you can have it. Beside that, we have a temple which is quite amazing, with a movement which is unusual. The temple also is in pure titanium, like the hinge. So inside the rubber you have a titanium lame, and you have a double density polymer that allows us to do a lot of colors. So it's extremely light, extremely comfortable, extremely, again, adaptable, because what we want to achieve is a frame that's going to be extremely comfortable for everybody on the planet.
Et le vainqueur est Impresio.
Die Firma gibt es seit einem Jahr erst, und nach einem Jahr haben wir schon einen Preis gewonnen. Unglaublich. Aber die Hintergrund von der Geschichte mit der 3D-Technologie ist so, dass es ist alles möglich. Es gab es damals nicht mit Acetat und so. Jetzt ist es alles möglich. Und wir haben endlich mal erreicht, sowas machen zu dürfen. Und die Leute sind begeistert, weil man hat sowas noch nie gesehen. Ja? Und es bleibt immer trotzdem so leicht vom Gewicht her, trotz des Materials. Und schlussendlich wiegt eine Brille so zwischen 10 und 20 Gramm, also leicht. Das ist Wahnsinn. Dieser Kontrast zwischen viel Material vorne und diese feine, dünne Bügel, das macht natürlich einen super Kontrast. Und wir wollen auch natürlich ein hochwertiges Produkt machen, sprich Titan und Polyamid poliert, und Das Finish ist wirklich jetzt beeindruckend, weil früher war so 3D eher für die Industrie benutzt, ja, sprich so Prototypen oder so, war nicht so. Jetzt haben wir es wirklich die beste Qualität gemacht und wir haben so ein hochwertiges Produkt auf den Markt gebracht und wir hoffen, das gefällt viele Leute.
Et le vainqueur est Essilor.
So the Visionaire had already the new phoropter with continuous power change in it. Instead of having lenses in it, what you have is a single optical system which continuous vary in a continuous way in sphere, cylinder and axis, making the refraction, the examination more accurate. Easier for the practitioner because we got algorithms in the machine helping the practitioner to do it, and it's much more comfortable for the patient. So 3 benefits: more accurate, easier to perform, and more comfortable for the patient. And this is the reward of 5 years of research and development of this new machine, which is designed by the R&D of Essilor and produced in France in the Essilor factories.
Et le vainqueur est Marny.
Marny is also an Italian high-end fashion maison, and we have put a specific influence on the style, two-colored product with the very finest Mazzucchelli acetate plates, and it is polished during 60 hours, so to have this final unique result. So it's a very state-of-the-art craftsmanship that we have from the factory, from the Marchand factory in the Dolomites, and we are very proud to present it also to the opticians.
Le gagnant est Thierry Lassie.
So it's a sunglass that's all made in acetate. I mean, all the front is made in acetate using a very, very specific know-how on how we combine materials together. Very, very sharp angles, which is always hard to reach when you manufacture acetate. So there are special collages of acetate together. It is pretty spectacular. It's all around the rim, and then there's a little line also that's like suspended. It's like manufacturing 2 frames inside one. And then you have the metal temple that delicately closes on top of the acetate front. Original concept of any table laser frame are the Legos, because I grew up in the 80s. I played with Legos, so all the frames are built in a very geometric way. Always added like a chunky piece of acetate in the back, and then we all sculpted it, and that's the source of inspiration all the time to build frames this way.
Donc pour l'innovation technologique, DPGR. Et pour la santé oculaire, Zeiss.
Also von Zeiss präsentieren wir hier das neue Material UV Protect. Das ist für alle unsere Materialien für klare, weiße, ungefärbte Brillengläser. Die bieten jetzt einen UV-Schutz bis 400 Nanometer. Das ist insbesondere wichtig, weil 40% des UV-Lichts, was wir auf der Erde haben, sind im Spektralbereich zwischen 380 und 400 Nanometer. Viele Leute schützen sich gegen UV-Licht, indem sie Sonnenbrillen tragen an sonnigen Tagen. Aber was viele nicht wissen ist, auch wenn es ein wolkiger Tag ist, hat es weiterhin 80 bis 90% der UV-Belastung auf der Erde, die es sonst an einem sonnigen Tag hat. Deshalb bieten wir jetzt für alle Gläser die klar sind, ungefärbt, keine Sonnenbrillen sind, ein UV-Schutz bis 400 Nanometer an. 400 Nanometer ist die Grenze, für die die Augen geschützt werden sollen vor UV-Licht, wie sie zum Beispiel von einigen medizinischen Organisationen neuerdings vorgeschlagen wird.
So this is really a protection, double protection about UV and blue light, which is inside the material. So there is no coating, and what is really innovative is that we put some molecule into the material that make it really, really transparent. So there is no yellow tint or thing like this. So this is one of the much more benefits about this. And then another thing is that it will be available in 1.5. Which is really new because there were some materials before, but they were only available in high indexes in 1.6 and 1.67. So here we have a full range available in this material. So this brings a really, really real protection without having to put another coating on the lens. So it is really double protection inside.
Et le vainqueur est Salvatore Ferragamo.
We are absolutely delighted to present the Salvatore Ferragamo butterfly style. Salvatore Ferragamo was always a very trendy brand because it started 80 years ago by putting some shoes on the best Hollywood actresses, and they are still proposing their styles to Rihanna and to all the famous stars we have all over the world. And this is a very trendy shape that we have developed with the Italian design office of Marchand. So we are convinced that this trendy style will keep on being seen all over the world.
Venti is called like that because in Italian it means 20. And we and Patrick Hoot, who's the designer of Venti, we wanted to give our tribute for the centenary from the Panto's creation. The Panto shape indeed was created right after World War I, so just a little bit before the 20s. 20, 20 in Italian. And we wanted to, give our homage by creating a very particular and, let's say, audacious shape with a sharp contrast between fierce geometric parts, fierce geometric shapes, and rounded harmonic ones. I love to say that it is a very particular frame, let's say, specific for people with a temper.
Et nous avons choisi le prix du jury pour Nathalie Blanc. On félicite.
My company has 6 years and my brand as Nathalie Blanc has 4 years. Before I designed for another brand, Swill Dance and Michel Klein, and I design always for this brand. And Nathalie Blanc, it's just 4 years. It's a new mark, new collection.